Planting dates are arriving across Oklahoma for many crops, and Josh, we're here in a canola field and we have some volunteer canola.
Yeah, well, it is planting time. It's time to start for canola. This is the best time. Usually we like to see that little sweet spot, the honey spot, is around the 20th to the 25th of September.
Talk about some of the soil requirements for canola.
Yeah, so we need the moisture, right. And it was great. And just a couple years removed from the drought, we're never going to complain about it. We'll secretly grimace at it, but we're never going to complain about it. But in a conventional tilled field like this, what we like to see is just being able to get good seed soil contact, putting that seed in the ground, making sure that you got a little bit of dry ground and a little bit of wet ground to be able to close in that seed bed and being able to get that good press wheel action. We need the moisture, but yet the moisture can do us wrong if we're a little early on planting. For the no-till guys, crusting is typically not as big of an issue, especially if it's a very historic no-till field. Guys that have been in no-till for a lot longer, it's a lot more resilient to crusting. We can get it in, but the thing you always have to worry about in no-till is it's typically a lot wetter. Right. With a half-inch rain, it typically stays wetter longer because it doesn't have the wind blowing across it, doesn't have that direct heat, and so the evaporation isn't as great with it. So we have to hold off maybe another day or so. The one thing we also got to worry about is the residue. Right. And a lot of folks go right on to the soil. They start kicking the soil around and say, the soil is great, we can plant into it, but the residue typically holds on to moisture a whole lot longer than the soil does. If you don't have trash cleaners, if you're just working on a coulter to actually cut through that, it's not going to do it, and it'll just bend that residue. If you got moisture on the soil surface, it'll bend that residue, and it's what we call hairpinning. It'll put that residue into the seed furrow. Essentially, it can wrap around that seed, and that seed can rot.
Now, once the seed gets in the ground, plant comes up, there's going to be some issues with insects once the plant comes up.
Yeah, this year is just like last year. Last year we kind of got caught off guard. We were looking for it this year, and what we found is pretty much the same as last year. And we have some volunteer canola here, and you see right here, this is a great circumstance. Wow. We got a worm sitting right there feeding on some of this volunteer canola. We don't recommend going canola into canola, so you wouldn't have to worry about canola here. For our no-till guys, they like to hide under that residue. Make sure you're peeling back some of that residue and seed, because right up the road here we had a no-till field, peeled back the residue. We had about 3 or 4 just sitting under that residue mat.
Okay, thank you much, Josh.
Thank you.
And for more information, go to our website, sunup.okstate.edu.